my name is Sophie, I'm 16 and I'm from Tassie. And I may or may not be talking to you in my pyjamas. First question, where do I get my book recommendations from? Well, most of the good ones I get from one of my closest friends, my best friend, Ellie. She's just great. She's brilliant. Any book that she recommends, like, you know, you can read it straight away. You don't even need to read the blurb. You just read it straight away. I get other recommendations, like I get ideas to read books by watching the movies. Like if I really enjoyed the movie, I would read the book, which isn't always great. And it kind of hurts once you watch the movie and you loved it and then you read the book and you love it even more. And then you're like, why couldn't the movie be like this? Next question, what's the book that made me cry? There's a few. There's like a list of books that have made me cry. I think I cry too much in books. Probably one of the most recent ones would be Crooked Kingdom, which is the second book in the Six of Crows series. And I was going to have them to like lift them up and show you which books I was talking about so you know what I'm talking about. But I have a bad habit of lending books to the wrong people. Like, that's one of my favourite books and I gave it to someone 3 months ago or something crazy like that. And I still haven't got it back, and I don't think I'm going to be getting it back anytime soon either. I cried a lot in The Diviners, which is one that I don't think many people know, but I adore it. It's a beautiful book. Libba Bray has just gone out of her way. She's made a magic book. It's like holding fairy dust, the makings of fairy dust in your hands. That makes no sense. It's just a beautiful book. You should read it. I'm reading the third one now. We're just going to have to wait because of the Inky Awards. Oh well, I'm not complaining, get to read lots of books. Another book that made me cry was probably, oh I have it with me, is Illuminate. You need to read this one. This was my favourite book for like a solid 3 months or something crazy. It is so good and you need to read it. And the third book just came out. It's just the whole series, it's just beautiful. Alright. Next question. What's the book that made me laugh? This one. You could just read it for everything. And it's really good. And it's like, you get through it really quickly. Like, it's a really thick book. But you get through it so quickly because you're just addicted to it. It's so good. Just read it. Please read it. That one made me laugh. Six of Crows made me laugh, which again, I don't have. Just imagine it. This is it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful book. You should read it. Every book I read, I'm like, you read it. There's a few that I wouldn't recommend. I'm not gonna name any names, but yeah. Right, next question. Who is the author I would like to meet the most? First thought when I first read it was Roald Dahl, because he's just such, from what I've heard, as in like the documentaries that we've had of him, it's just so beautiful. He's just such a beautiful man. And I would love to just sit down and have a cup of tea. Like there are other authors like John Green that I'd sit and just talk for ages about the book that he's writing or how he gets his inspiration, whereas Roald Dahl, I feel like you could talk to him about anything and you could just throw anything at him and he'd go along with it. It's brilliant and I really like him. Next question. I've got like the questions on the floor, which is why I'm looking down when I read them because like I don't want to say it wrong or anything. Alright, my favourite book to film adaptation. Well, I'm going to have to be really like ordinary. I'm going to say Harry Potter because it was done really, really well and it was my childhood, not the movies, the books. The books were my childhood and then I watched the movies and I just wasn't disappointed. And I know you have to cut stuff out of the book to fit it into the movie. But even when they cut stuff out, they left good stuff in. It was really, really good. Oh, I love it so much. And I really liked The Help book to film. It was just, they hardly left out anything and it was done really well and it made me cry. There's another book that made me cry. Every book makes me cry. Alright, next question. On a quiz show, what would my special subject be? We're probably gonna have to say Harry Potter movies. I mean, I just know too much about the Harry Potter movies, and I should know more about the Harry Potter books because I was like addicted to Harry Potter for 3 years. You know how you have addictions to books and it's for like 2 months, maybe 3 months at best? Harry Potter I was addicted to for 3 years. Like instead of having all these photos up around me, I had just posters of Harry Potter. It was pretty cool actually, like I wouldn't mind still having them up. Yeah, Harry Potter movies would probably be my best quiz show subject, and as I said, I should be better at the Harry Potter books, but I could never reread them. It was like one of those special moments. You just don't experience the same feelings that you got when you first read it. I don't know if you get that. Anyway, the last one's optional. I'm gonna kind of do it halfway. The last question is, show us your shelfie. As in like my bookshelf. And the problem is that most of my books are just all over the place. Like they're half the reason that my room's so messy, which is why I was showing this camera is facing towards like the corner of my room, so you don't have to see any of the mess that I've made. You're currently resting on like 20 books, just so I can get that level, you know? And I don't know, I've got books piled down here, I've got books piled over here. The books that you're resting on are resting on a desk that's filled with books. And I got some books on the floor. Those are the Inky Award books that I'm super excited about reading. It's exciting. I think that's about it that you have to know about me. I'm not a particularly exciting person. See you around. Hopefully you hear of my recommendations, my book recommendations later. Oh, also, this is like my first video I've ever taken, so the editing's not going to be great, but if I can do it, follow this link. This is my Goodreads, and you can follow my progress. I'm not going to rate any of the books because I'm not allowed to. I'm not going to rate any of the books or anything, but you can see how far I've gone through certain books, hopefully. Oh, follow my Goodreads and you'll get a whole bunch of, you'll see all the books I've recommended before. You can look through my past reviews and see how much I've cried at things. Yeah, do that. Goodreads. Don't know if I've actually got a link there. If there's no link there, hopefully the link will appear in the box below or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm really technical, as you can see. Oh, see ya.